So we started the White Plastic Sky in 2015. It was a project we entered into an incubator program which was designed for very low budget live action documentary and animated films. The whole production took 7 years, and looking back now, it seems that the world was a very different place in 2015, and although it seemed that we are kind of approaching a more apocalyptic age, but none of us could believe what's happened during these 7 years.
Yeah, maybe one of the weirdest thing we experienced during the work that we are telling a story about a world where something global happened with humanity and the earth. And during the COVID, we all experienced, I think, the first global event in the history of humankind.
In animation, because it's always a long process, there is a fear that until the time you finish the film that your project or your film lose the freshness or lose the actuality. And we could say that sadly didn't happen because we feel that somehow the world came closer to our story, and we can't say it's a good thing.
And the 7 years maybe seems to be a very long time, but for an animation feature film, it's a normal time to make it. So it's not only suffering and hard work. There are a lot of very, very exciting things to do during an animation film, and you can have energy from your team and from the work, and every day just when you watch how the film is growing and hopefully nearing to the finished project. So we call this technique, which we use, the White Plastic Sky, a hybrid way of filmmaking, because as you will see in the movie, we have 2D characters who looks like a more traditional animation style, and the background, it's 3D animation. So we build everything in 3D, we modeled all the environments and the buildings and the objects around the characters in 3D. The characters are not animated a classic way. We had a live action shooting with the actors, so that's how we started the work on the film. We did this shooting, and after that our animation team drew all the images about the characters.
Yeah, that's what you call in animation rotoscopy, if somebody haven't heard this term yet. You can imagine the shooting with actors that they are in a white room with very, very limited sets, and actually they are playing like in a normal film, but from outside it looks like a very early stage of theater rehearsal. But apart from this, it doesn't. It's not different than a normal live action shooting. We have chosen rotoscopy because we always felt that in the movie it's very, very important that the characters have a kind of a deep emotions and very subtle emotions, and we could imagine the film from the very early beginning using this animation style. You will see that there are kind of real places in the story. We use existing towns, Budapest and Miskolc in the film, two Hungarian towns, but we kind of rebuilt them in 3D and made them as we would imagine them in 100 years' time. But they were rebuilt from very sketch.
And because it's a science fiction film, it was really a great joy for us to transform our city Budapest and to transform Hungary and to just imagine what could happen in these places if apocalypse happens in the world. So it was a strange way to feel joy, just to destroy Budapest, part of Budapest and part of the country. We wanted to speak about important questions in this film. We wanted to speak about very deep moral dilemmas in this film. So it seems to be a very huge topic, a big subject, but we decided to tell this story through a very intimate love story.
We wanted to ask more questions than we can answer, because we felt as a directors that we kind of entered in an era of the world where, you know, the questions are just piling up. What will happen with the world and what will happen with this planet? And I think nobody has answers now. And morally, it's really hard to find the right answers. And what we wanted to show through the characters, kind of a different choices and different answers, what they could do as humans. And also we wanted to go beyond the humanity. We wanted to go beyond the human life form, and so we really believe that you, the audience, will find this film quite interesting, and maybe you will leave the theater room or the cinema a lot of thoughts and a lot of questions, and that's gonna be really good.